Hi everybody, my name is Maria. I studied this course about sustainable development with all the things I learned at university, books I read, conclusions and maybe some proposals because I consider that sharing knowledge is one of the best ways to achieve a better world for us. So, let's get started. Today we're going to be talking about natural resources and ecosystem services. But what are natural resources? Natural resources are natural goods whose value is recognized by society. For example, if we have a stone, it doesn't have a value for us. So it's not considered a natural resource. And we have two types of natural resources: renewable resources and non-renewable resources. Renewable resources can be maintained or increased over the time. And for example, we have solar energy and eolic energy. Solar energy works with the sun and it's considered a renewable resource. And on the other hand, we have the eolic energy that works with air and it's considered a renewable resource as well. Then we have non-renewable resources that can be maintained or regenerated or produced over the time, or maybe the period of time that it's necessary to regenerate at all this resource, it's for a long time. And a good example could be the Chihuahuaco, which is a tree from Peru. Chihuahuaco, for example, needs 1,000 years to achieve the complete growth that Chihuahuaco needs. So it's a long period of time and it's considered a non-renewable resource. From natural resources, we can obtain ecosystem services. And I'm going to leave you in the below part the link to access to the journal Banerjee. I think it's the best journal that you can find about the relationship between natural resources, ecosystem services, and human well-being. So I'm going to explain you the chart that I think is the best summary of that. First, we have two boxes. The first box is about ecosystem and biodiversity, and the other box is about human well-being. The connection between these boxes is a service, an ecosystem service. So I'm going to explain you each part of this chart with an example to have a good explanation. First, we have the biophysical structure process that could be a forest. This forest has a function that in this case I'm going to put the photosynthesis. The function has a service. This link or this connection between biodiversity and human well-being. And in this case could be air purification, because we know that photosynthesis catch CO2 and give us oxygen. Without forest, maybe we couldn't still alive right now. So the service has a benefit for us, and in this case could be human health, because we have a best quality of air to breathe. And this benefit has a value, an economic value, but it's not the same, the economic value with a cost price. It's not the same. For example, we don't pay anything for air to breathe, but we know that has maybe an unvaluable value for us. Banerjee said that increasing the amount of biological diversity has, in most cases, an increasingly positive effect on ecosystem function and service. But what is an ecosystem? It's a mix of biotic and abiotic system. But what's biotic and what's abiotic? Biotic are organisms, living organisms present in the ecosystem. A good example could be animals and plants. And on the other hand, we have abiotic systems, which refers to non-living physical and chemical elements. A good example could be water, air, soil, sunlight, and minerals. Now, we talk about ecosystem services, and we have four types of services: production, regulation, support, and cultural services. For production, for example, we can have food, minerals, or energy. For regulation, we can have water purification, air quality regulations, like the example of the forest that I mentioned. The third one, which is support, could be nutrient cycle or soil formation. And the last one, which is cultural services, we can have spiritual services, touristic services, cultural and recreational services. So, natural resources has a management. We can manage natural resources. How can we manage human and natural systems? Well, I'm going to mention 5 types of management that you can apply in a project or whatever you like. The first one is top-down. In top-down management, you have a control area which give orders. A good example could be government that maybe has the position of I know everything, so I'm going to deliver what ministries have to do because I know everything. And in my opinion, that is not a good type of management because you need to understand the positions of others to put in debate topics to have a good proposal, a good solution for everyone. The second one is community-based natural resources management. The name of this type of management is clear, I think, because you need to integrate community in your project or in your plans to the management of natural resources. The third one is the adaptive management. I think if you have a lot of money or if you have a lot of budget, you can try this type of management, but it's a type of management of trial and error. So you can learn a lot, but it's expensive. So if you have money, if you have enough budget, you can try it. But if you know, I think you should apply another type of management. The fourth type of management is the precautionary approach, which is take protective or preventive measures to avoid the risks. And the fifth one, I think, is the most common or the most famous because it was developed by the FAO from the United Nations, which is INRM, Integrated Natural Resources Management. This type of management is focused in agriculture and rural areas. And for example, you have to integrate different elements like soil, like air, like water, like forest and biological resources, and determine the impact of the quality of life of people in the present and in the future. Basically, it's integrate each part of the nature, thinking about the impact of the community in the present and in the future. I think this type of management could be a little bit similar with sustainability, with the concept of sustainability. So to sum up, we talked about what are natural resources, what are the types of natural resources, which is renewable resources and non-renewable resources. We talk about what's an ecosystem, ecosystem services. We have 4 types of ecosystem services and 5 types to manage human and natural services. So I hope you find this video interesting. If you think this video can help another person, please share it and see you soon. Bye!